The other question is, how can we empower students to achieve a more social, active presence in online learning environments? Well, this is too similar to the previous one, but here we have specific strategies, and here I will also answer part of the previous question because here we're going to be differentiating things. Previously, we were creating the community as I was explaining to you, but providing those tools means to understand each one of them, and understanding each one of them means to create different things. So in that moment, we are differentiating. Um, well, let's begin. Strategies to enhance social presence in practice. Well, building community is such a big task, and sometimes it's difficult to understand where to begin. So, the first thing is to create social spaces in which, like forums, in which they can talk about different things, and things that does not anything to do with academic purposes. First, they need to know each other's and to create some boundaries. Then, about designing an intuitive, organized learning environment, it's important that the space you create uh, is planned for them. They need to feel that that was planned for them. They must feel confident um, in that learning space so it can be functional and interactive. Similar to a face to face classroom, if they feel that, they will be confident and they will understand better how everything is organized, and it will be meaningful and interrelated for them because they will be able to interact with the instructor as well as they interact with their peers. Cultivate connections to build up community, um, to help diminish feelings of disconnectedness, that is the big problem, and also isolation among online participants. It is necessary that they begin creating different spaces. The first time you create those, then they have to create them, and you have to provide them with spaces and tools to create them. These will make them feel um, kind of happy because they will be able to make some negotiations, some connections, and to feel that they're nurturing a safe environment where everyone has a place and is valued. When we're talking about harness, reflection, and prior experience, it's important to take into account their previous knowledge and to value them, and why not create some activities based on that. This will help you understand a variety of tools and media. Why? Because sometimes the students already know how to use many different tools, so you can create a bank where everyone is fitting it so they feel they're part of their learning process, and this will also make easier that connection and will help you to build up authentic learning experiences because you're really taking into account their background, experience, and also their interest. Is of course necessary to provide nearly and continuous feedback. Why? Sometimes, or the most common barrier to successful online learning is that students are usually concerned about what the teacher expected and what they're doing and how they can improve. Sometimes what the teachers wrote is not that clear, so it's necessary to be really consistent, clear, concrete in those comments that need also to encourage students to keep working. Otherwise, he will quit. And having this in mind, it's important to design your assessments taking into consideration the opportunities of learning that you have identified in your learners, as well as what you identify during the interactions they have. Sometimes they can um, verbalize some questions and doubts they have, and even though it's necessary to understand what the final outcome will be, um, it's important um, to organize it in small steps so it's easier to understand and to achieve. This is this is done for everyone, but if we really analyze, this is differentiated learning because you are identifying needs, you are recognizing strengths, you are creating specific, creating, designing, creating, and applying specific material for specific population, and you're trying to make them work together based on each ability, skill um, they had, and it's superior than the others. Well, that was all. Thank you for listening. I will be waiting for your comments.